we are going to be taking a shower because it is painfully clear that I need one. I think it's time for me to accept that I've been in a depressive episode, and if this hasn't been a depressive episode, then I don't know what to blame other than myself. I don't like to admit that I am bipolar. They just say that to make me feel better so I don't blame myself. But anyways, it is painfully obvious that I need to get clean. I checked and it's been about a week since I showered, and I didn't even realize I don't shower a lot. It's not something I think of that needs to get done daily. I basically just go off of a system of once I start to feel so horrible, disgusting, and dirty to the point I can't stand it anymore, then I'll shower. Maybe I've been in a depressive episode for like a couple months now because I know I went through a really bad one in November, December, and then I started to feel better, but it's been bad for like a month now. So maybe I just had like a brief moment where it wasn't really bad anymore and I'm still in it somewhat because I've tried. I told myself no matter what it is, I'm getting my shit together, and every single day I wake up, I can't seem to wake up. And these are all indicators of what my depressive episodes look like. I'm gonna turn you guys this way. And it is now time to shower, so I will see you guys in a second. So I took my shower. I do feel a lot better. I hate whenever my hair is wet like this and I just have to wait for it to dry a little bit more, but I am a lot cleaner nonetheless. I would try to sit in the forest today and read the Bible, but I'm gonna have to read in my room because it's really rainy right now and it's just been a rainy day, and sitting in the forest on a wet ground just does not seem like a great time. For context, in my last episodes, I've recently been sitting in the forest in my backyard, or the person's backyard in the house that I live in, and it's really nice, it's really peaceful, and I want to sit out there a lot more because it's better than sitting and rotting in my room. I am really excited to see my sisters like next week. My sister Jessica is getting married to this amazing guy Edwin, and I'm just really excited to go to their bridal shower and get to be in their wedding. I honestly just thought about the fact that I'm probably going to have to see my mom this trip. That's not going to be fun because the way my mom works is that she just acts like nothing's wrong. There's nothing wrong, there's no issue, she's done nothing wrong, so it should be fine. So I know that whenever I get there, whenever I have to see her, she's going to make conversation like nothing's wrong, and I'm just not looking forward to having to be the bigger person, which I'm going to be, because my sister Vanessa's having a going away dinner because she's moving to Alaska, but I have no doubts that mom will be there. And then my sister's actual bridal shower, which I'm also positive that my mom's going to be there. I have hope that my mom won't be hanging out with us whenever we go have a girls' night, because I know I'm going to be hanging out with Vic and having a girls' night with Vic. I would like to have a sleepover with my friend Autumn while I'm there, but I don't know how likely that's going to be able to happen. I haven't even talked or texted any of my friends that I'm coming because with these kind of trips, you never know when they're going to fall through. You never know when the circumstances are going to change. So I just never make plans until like the very last minute because I'm not going to get my hopes up for something and other people's hopes up for something that might not end up happening in the end. I'm excited to see my little sisters. I love my little sisters. I'm such a fan. I can't even believe that they're my sisters. Like, they're my blood. They have no choice but to love me. So yeah, I just get to see all of my family in like a week or so, which is really exciting. Something to look forward to, something to remind myself not to stress. I think the only thing I'm really stressing about at this point now is the car drive I'm gonna have to make to Orlando, and hope that my car doesn't like break down or something. I've been so inconsistent with my content. I haven't been creating, and I feel like that's gonna be the theme for this whole month because it's just been such a crazy month and I've just been so stuck in my own distorted hell of a reality. So hopefully today I can do my makeup, maybe catch up on a couple of videos. I don't know why, but videos are such an obligation to me now. The idea of making a video, it's like, oh yeah, I have to do that. So now it's like my brain just does not want to do it. What I need to do is drop the idea that I need to make videos. I need to correlate with that mindset I have right now. Even if I don't post a single video, it'll be fine. This is how I have to get myself to do things. No, but seriously, I need to live with that mindset because the more I think about how I have to make videos, the longer I'm not going to do them. So I need to just do my makeup. I'm going to read today. And if I want to make any videos while I'm reading, then I'll make videos. No pressure, no obligation. I can do whatever I want. Because if at least one video goes viral, I'll at least have money to pay my bills for next month, which I'll have money to pay my bills next month depending on how much my taxes are. But if my taxes are anything less than $800, I'll for sure have the money to pay my bills next month. But I just don't want to do a repeat of this month. So I'd like some income this month, please. I don't want it to be like November and December where I also didn't work at all. That was bad. November, December, from what I remember, again, I'm so horrible with my memory. Maybe I have vlogs from that time that I can look back to and kind of remember where my mindset was. But I know that in November and December, I was not in the best mind space. I feel like I was stuck in bed all day, every day. I couldn't even get out of bed. I was so utterly depressed, which is why I thought that the episode would be over by now, because I've been able to get things done. I've seen people, like during that last episode, I did go to Orlando as well, and I was able to go to Disney with my sister. We had a lot of fun, things like that. But November, December, I made less than $100 both those months because I couldn't work. I couldn't get myself to do anything, get out of bed. I was so depressed. Now I feel like I'm depressed. It's just better. Like, I'm not stuck in bed. I'm not glued to my bed. Like, I mean, I am kind of glued to my bed, but not to the extent of last time. I was Monica Gallagher in that moment. But now it's just lazy depression. Ugh, I don't want that. Like, if I'm going to be depressed, let me at least have the brain chemicals to the point where I have no excuses. At that point, you're just so depressed you can't blame anything other than the bipolar disorder. Now I'm just like the lazy depression where it's like I don't have energy or motivation to do anything. Don't care enough about my future to push myself much. I'm kind of just in this mellowed out space, this purgatory that I just have to live in. Anyways, let's just finger crossed for that viral video. Maybe one on Facebook and one on TikTok, because on TikTok, I need the video to be longer than a minute for it to go viral and get money off of it. If that could happen at least once, that would be awesome. So here's to not being obligated to do anything, hopefully meaning I'll do more. And here's to reading for the rest of my day. And I'm going to force myself not to stress, because all my brain wants to do is spend all of its time trying to prepare itself, try to have control over what it can't control. For right now, we're just chilling, we're just vibing. Oops, I just spilled my drink. I will see you in the next video. I just caught myself scrolling for like the past 30 minutes. Like, I was aware of it during that time. I'm not trying to act shocked for the reason of like, oh, I was scrolling. My brain doesn't want to accept that there's nothing to stress about today in this moment. Like, I should be reading all day today, like no problem. But my brain's like, no, I need to be thinking about something, or I'm gonna forget something. I need to be stressing about something. So to avoid thinking about what I need to think about, I'm just gonna scroll. So now all I'm doing is scrolling to avoid reading. I have nothing to stress about. All I need to do is read. There's nothing I need to do today. I just need to put my phone down and read. There are just way too many bad habits that I need to get better from right now. Like, I need to stop scrolling, I need to stop smoking, I need to stop eating so much, and I can't eat or smoke today. All I need to do is put my phone down and go pick up a fucking book. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go get my Bible and I'm gonna read, and you will not see me again today, or at least until later. I can do it. I can do this. I got this. Getting off my phone now. Goodbye. Clocking out. I got my wisdom tooth removed. Sarah's getting gas right now. It was so quick and easy. They numbed it up. I was having a panic attack. I was so scared. But they yanked that bitch out. Like, they said, get out, and it just came out just like this one. I'm talking to myself. Say hi. Hi. Thank you. But I barely got any sleep last night, and I slept for like 2 hours. No one else. And then I got my period this morning, so I've been having period cramps all morning. That was fun during like the surgery, even though it didn't even end up being a surgery. They just yanked it out like they did this one. But Sarah's the best. She brought me, we got gas, and now I'm gonna go home, hopefully sleep. I'm gonna sleep. I'm not on laughing gas or anything. I'm just really numbed up right here. But that's my mini update. I will update you when I get home. I'm here to give you guys an update, and I'm not gonna look pretty while I do it. Sometimes you just need to be humans and feel like shit. So let's start with last night. Last night, I wouldn't go to bed. I was so nervous for today. I didn't know how I was gonna go, and I didn't really go to bed until like 4 a.m., and then I couldn't fall asleep. Maybe it was a little bit earlier than that, but I know I couldn't fall asleep, and at one point it was 5 a.m., and I was like, fuck. And then it was 6 a.m. and I was like, fuck. So I got like no sleep last night, maybe like 2 hours. And then I woke up. I got myself together. I felt so tired. But Sarah comes to my room, wakes me up, and then we go to the dentist. I get my damn period, which is just like another cherry on top. And on my first day of my period, I always have the worst cramps. The worst. So I was struggling with horrible cramps shaking because I have not slept. I had not eaten in like more than 24 hours because I thought I was going to be put under. I thought this one was going to be a surgery. This one, they yanked it out. I had already grown it all the way out. Basically, they just needed to yank it out. It was the same with this one. I thought they were going to need to cut in, get into the gum. Nope, they just yanked it out and it was over with. I was in, got numbed, they yanked it out, and I was out. So that was honestly a blessing because I was having a panic attack on the table because I was not feeling good at all. At all. Shaking, cramps, and a panic attack. And I was hungry, but it was really quick and we got it over with. And that's all that matters now, is that it's fucking over with. The worst pain I'm in right now is literally just my cramps. I just took 3 ibuprofens, which should also help with my teeth once they stop being numbed. I can't talk today. Oh, I also threw up at the dentist place. I got into Sarah's car and I was like, I'm not feeling good because I was super tired, super anxious, super hungry, had a lot of cramps. So we start to drive off. She's like, are you nauseous? Like, do you feel like you need to throw up? And I was like, yeah, I'm a little nauseous. And then she's driving and we're in the parking lot still, thankfully, but I needed to throw up. So I just opened her door while she's driving, which is super reckless. I do not condone that kind of behavior. But I just opened her door and I like threw up and it was just yellow and foamy. But I also think that's because I threw up on an empty stomach. So I can't wait to eat. Okay, so my mouth is still like pretty fresh and I still have like things I have to interchange because they keep getting really bloody, but your girl has issues, okay, and I need to resolve them. So I'm gonna do something and you guys can't judge me, but I'm gonna do it on camera anyways because these are the things in life that should be shown because some people are down bad and I'm people right now. The wrong nose. Okay, we're gonna try this out. No. The only reason I thought of this is because an old coworker I used to work with did it once and now I want to try it and I doubt it's gonna work. I think they had even gotten their wisdom tooth removed or something. It was something where they couldn't smoke, but they have a nicotine addiction and I have a pen addiction. Not an addiction because I can stop and I typically do. I haven't done this in like a year, but your girl is down bad right now. Okay, I got this, guys. Oh my god, the chemicals are gonna be in my nose. I wonder what it would feel like if I tried to do it with my mouth. But I know you're not supposed to like suck things whenever you just get a wisdom tooth removal because it'll cause socket or something like that. I do not want that. I'm not that desperate. This is mostly just a joke because I'm down bad. That's crazy. Oh, this is just gonna hurt my nose. Maybe it'll clean up my sinuses. It's like infused with my snot. I can't wait till I can take this thing out. Hopefully it heals just as well as this one healed because whenever this tooth got taken out, it literally just got yanked and it healed that same day. Like I was eating solid food, no problem, touching it, everything same day. When I tell you my tooth was like fully grown out to the side, it was fully grown out. It was so painful. But for this one, I had a little bit of a breakdown for a couple days about it, but then I was like, you know what? It's fine. I'm a bad bitch and I have to get this done, so there's no point in dwelling on it. If I set up an appointment, I was like, I'm gonna get the money, it's fine. And now today I got it done. It's not a worry anymore. It's like a burden off of my back. I now have like a week until I probably go to Orlando, so I'm gonna be chilling this week, trying to make content this week. My sloth needs a name, guys. What should I name them? I feel like Sloth is just their name. Gray gave Sloth to me for my birthday, and I love him. I want to take it out so bad. It's just so disgusting having something squishy back there. It's probably because I'm talking so much too. I don't think you're supposed to talk this much after getting a wisdom tooth removed, but I like never stop talking. Like I don't shut up. Like I'll be trying to tell my friend one thing on Snapchat because we communicate through Snapchat video diaries, but I will literally just try to say one thing and I'll end up talking for an hour. I just love to talk. I love to open my mouth and have words come out. I can feel the tingles. Oh, that's so weird. Touching your skin like right here when it's numb is so weird. So, for one, I got paid. Payday finally came and it came with a bonus. So typically TikTok pays me around the 15th and then Facebook pays me around the 22nd. But I got paid early with Facebook, so I went to go check my bank account to see how much I got paid from TikTok or if I still had $2 in my bank account. And whenever I looked into my bank account, I saw I had $2,000. I was like, $2,000? And I scrolled down to see why, and I got paid from Facebook and TikTok. And I was like, oh my God, this is like a huge burden off of my back. Like, I can go buy myself food now. I can actually like take care of myself now. After basking in the security for a while, I ended up paying everyone back. So I paid my sister Jess back. I paid my friend Rhea back. I sent my dad money for my phone bill that I was supposed to pay the day before, but I paid that day because I got paid that day. And then I budgeted it all out. So I was like, how much money am I going to need to spend on all the bills? So I can have an idea of how much I actually have and how much is going to be going towards taxes and yada yada. But yeah, I actually have money and I was able to go grocery shopping today, which was awesome. So if you don't know my cycle of grocery shopping, basically I start with Publix and I see what's BOGO. I see what's buy one get one, if it's like any snacks I would want, anything convenient for me to make and eat. Anyways, I go to Publix, I get all of the deals, and then I go to the dollar store. And at the dollar store, I try to get all of the cheapest things I can. So let's say I need paper plates, toilet paper, a toothbrush, or like whatever, all of the miscellaneous things I might need, I get at the dollar store. And then sometimes some snack. I like the spicy beef ramen at the dollar store. That stuff's good. So then from the dollar store, we go to Walmart, and from Walmart, I end up basically just getting all of the food I need. It's just going to be cheaper at Walmart than it would be at Publix. Publix is good for deals, but their prices are a little bit higher. So Walmart is where I go for like most of the groceries. So that's basically my grocery shopping cycle. I will go to Publix and I'll go to the dollar store and then I'll go to Walmart. All of my groceries from Publix and then Walmart were really only around $22. So that's a steal in my opinion. That's awesome. I've been driving Brenda and she's been so good. Today we had a little bit of a tussle trying to drive out of Walmart. I was trying to drive out of Walmart and Shotty missed a little beat and she went whoop. And then I was like, don't make that noise. Don't do that. Not until after we get you fixed, or you shouldn't make that noise because I'll get you fixed. Because once I get to Orlando, my car is going to get fixed because John is going to help me out and he's going to fix my CV axle for $150. And it's going to be the best freaking thing in the world because it has been such a burden on my back. I have been so stressed, but I also think it's just my anxiety, me making it more worse than it actually is in my head. I'm pretty sure Brenda will make it to Orlando, but 1 week ago, I thought that Brenda would break down if I even touched her. My wisdom tooth is healing pretty nicely. There's still like obviously the hole in the back from whenever it got ripped out, but I've basically been eating normally and I've been smoking the entire time since it got yanked out, but it's healing fine. I'm not even worried about it. In my head I'm like, we're chilling. So I finished off the pen that I bought and I've been using recently, and now this is the pen that I found. The one that I lost, they're almost popping out. But this one is the one I found and I lost it for a week. So I bought another one. I finished off that one and now I'm finishing off this one. But once I finish this off, it's also going to be a burden off of my back because now I won't have to worry about my lungs suffering. But I feel like maybe I just needed this time of rest. You always beg for some time to just like relax and have a moment to just calm down and breathe and not deal with anything. And then whenever you're like given that or you have the opportunity to have that, like you can just relax and not have to worry. I deal with a lot of shame and denial when it comes to it. So like I never end up using that time I have productively, but I feel like I'm thankful to have the time because the world didn't end. I still got paid today. If worse comes to worse, I can pay my bills next month. Life is really just about living one day at a time. And that's something I also learned during this time because whenever you have nothing and you're truly living day by day, trying to figure out if you can make money from anyone, anywhere, to like go buy food or to pay a certain bill you have to pay because you're an adult, it is so stressful, but it also teaches you the world's not ending and like it's okay to not stress as if it is. I'm so thankful for everything I have and all of the opportunities I have, especially where I live. So I'm trying to just give myself more time to remember that and be thankful for that and tell myself, I understand why you're stressing and I understand why you have this response. It's okay. We're not going to get kicked out. It's okay. We have a stable place to live. It's okay. Your car is going to be fine. And if something happens, it's not going to be the end of the world. You're going to figure it out just like all things. But I'm trying to just day by day remind myself that it's okay. You're not going to die. Your life is not in danger right now. That's a heavy statement though. Your life is not in danger right now. That is a phrase I told myself, I think, a couple weeks ago. Maybe it was on camera. Maybe it was a part of the series or something. But my life is not in danger right now. If I were to even just stop thinking about this right now, it would be okay. The world isn't going to end. We're probably gonna get deep in this clip, probably gonna get to my trauma as well. So just giving you a warning, I am also under a couple substances. One of them being life. I am high on life right now. I am a couple shots in. I've taken a couple hits. I've been feeling good. I've been feeling euphoric. This is supposed to be my last video for this week's episode, which might be a long one, I'm not sure. I had rewatched my self-destructive BPD episode video where I had basically gotten drunk and just filmed myself talking, because we all know I just love to talk. And I was watching the video and like, of course I cried at certain parts. I always cry watching my own videos. But then I was like, oh, I have a couple shots. I might as well take them and get into my emotions today. So this is where we are. This is a video of me expressing my emotions or thoughts or both of them. I don't know. We haven't really gotten there yet. But what I wanted to talk about today was trauma. And I feel like recently, for a while now, I feel like I constantly like flip-flop between wanting to get away from BPD content and wanting to like get back into the niche because it is something I'm very knowledgeable about. But I feel like I'm not as passionate about it as I used to be. I'm very passionate about BPD and awareness, but I don't make nearly as many videos as I used to. I also don't have as much energy, but it's not something I want to pour my whole heart and soul into anymore. I don't really define myself by the label of BPD anymore. I know I have BPD. It's something I struggle with and it's something I'm heavily working on, although I'm mostly isolated right now. But I also sometimes forget that I have BPD. I forget that I'm actually mentally ill. I seem to convince myself into this mindset of, oh, I've cured myself. I'm good now. Now life is just going to be perfect and get better. You see, that's not how it works though, unfortunately. I still struggle with a lot of the things I struggle with. Living with mental illness is so difficult. It is only bearable whenever you're under substances or trying to self-medicate, or if you have the privilege but opportunity to be actually medicated. I just can't believe I went through a lot of stuff. It's very distant. It's very forgotten. It's very in the past. It happened and it's no longer relevant, so my brain moves on to better and bigger things. I've been working on forgiving my mom. She's traumatized as well. She went through a lot of trauma. And at the end of the day, she taught me exactly who I didn't want to be. She taught me everything that I needed to know to be who I am today. You can fail miserably at your job at being a loving, nurturing mother. But no matter what happens in life, there's always a lesson under everything we experience. And she taught me a lot of lessons. And I forgive her because I know she's struggling. I know she has a lot of self-esteem issues. A lot of people aren't very self-aware about their issues and what they really struggle with. And sometimes they are, but they're in denial of what they're in control of, because I've been there before. But I forgive my mom because I wouldn't be who I am today without her and the way that I was treated. I forgive her because she's gone through a lot of trauma and she might not even realize all of the bad she's done because it wasn't maybe her intention. Maybe she really was just projecting every single instance and it had nothing to do with me and it only had to do with her. But I'm working on that forgiveness. It does me no good holding on to that burden in my life. I have no interest of having a relationship with her. I have no interest of being back into her life until she genuinely gets help. I water it down a lot of the times for myself. In my videos, I'm sure I have so many videos talking about my trauma. I know whenever I was a teenager, I posted a lot. I was very open about my feelings. I've never actually been aware that people can see my content, that actually know me in real life. Like, I am so detached from that reality that people can actually see my content, watch it, indulge in it. My best friends, what if they actually watch my videos? And I'm like, oh, people can actually see the things I post online. Moving on, one of my traumas is that my mom moved me across states over a night, over a day. I was at school hanging out with my friends. We were talking as friends talk, and then, oh, my ride's here. I get in the car with my mom. See you guys tomorrow. My mom then tells me, oh, we're leaving tomorrow morning, by the way. You're going to Georgia. You're moving. That's so exciting. And I'm like, oh, what? Didn't you plan this? Can I go to school and say bye to all of my friends and everybody? No, you're leaving tomorrow morning. There's no problem with that because I'm an amazing mom. I'm letting my kid go where she wants and go move in with her best friend. What could possibly be wrong with that? You're leaving tomorrow morning. I thought this is what you wanted. Well, yeah, it's what I wanted, but like maybe I can say bye to everyone and like not just leave overnight and just like not say bye to anyone or anything and all that kind of stuff. That's one of my traumas. My mom moved me overnight because it was convenient in her schedule, and I never got to say bye to like anybody I knew. I was in my life one day and then I was just out the next, and everybody was just a memory and I was gone. The only person I got to say bye to was my best friend Mikey, because his mom drove him over that night and I got to say bye. That still affects me to this day. Now we're getting serious. Sorry. That's a memory that I had forgotten for a while until I remembered it, I think yesterday or the other day, and I was talking in a fake scenario that I created in my head, and then I mentioned that specific trauma of not being able to say bye to anybody, and I just like broke down crying. I feel like that's a common factor in my life where I don't really get to say goodbye to people. Things are typically over before I want them to be over. There are times where I was here in this cul-de-sac visiting my best friends, and I know that my mom decided that she wanted to leave a day early or something, but my best friends had something planned for the day, like we were gonna hang out. I don't know how old I was. I was like, maybe I was a teenager or maybe I was a kid, but she made me get in the car, pack all my things and stuff, and then we drove away, and I wasn't allowed to be upset, of course, because I needed to stop crying and stop being such a big baby because this is what she wanted. I'm in Georgia right now. I live in Georgia right now with my best friends. But at that time, I lived in Florida and I never really got to see my friends unless one of my parents took a trip there or unless I took a bus. But that happened, I think, more than once. But it's very foggy. I don't really know for sure. Anyways, I have a lot of trauma that I can't even begin to remember right now. And it's been affecting me lately. I do hope to go to therapy eventually. I would love to try EMDR therapy. Yeah, and I did like one session with my therapist, but I did nothing but cry, so we didn't really make much progress. She asked me to remember my first happiest memory, and that was it for me. That was my cutoff moment. No more from me. I just started to cry. I was like, I can't remember one, and I just kept crying. I think I'm just gonna shut up now. I don't feel like I'm in a huge talking mood. I've also completely neglected my podcast, so I haven't made a podcast episode in weeks. Okay, well, it was nice talking to you guys. If you gained absolutely nothing from this video, I do apologize, but please know that you are sexy, you are valid, and you are loved, and I'll see you in the next episode, and I promise you, or hopefully, it'll be better than this one.
Hope you like my videos. Is there anything else I'm supposed to say as a YouTuber?